No.
A stallion is like a bachelor horse.
Lobo just debuted.
Lobo's cool.
What is
It's wolf
It's a wolf.
in Spanish.
Yeah.
Lobo.
Did
not know
you
that.
not think it was a thing?
Like, you can't name a car the Ford Lucky Charms because Lucky Charms owns the trademark. You want a car where you know that person doesn't have insurance, but they probably have insurance of another kind, if you know what I mean.
So I need to have something that's a little more safe than a single cab F-250 with no airbags or ABS.
The problem is, like, Mary would be a public safety hazard in that vehicle
Why?
because it doesn't really go or stop or turn. Everybody stop what they're doing because there's a new Corvette.
I wasn't doing anything anyway, so perfect.
So there is a new top dog Corvette called the ZR1X. We are so excited about it, except for Mary.
That's true. Mary has a bone to pick that we'll talk about for a moment because this is the Corvette that everyone was looking forward to. We knew it was going to happen.
Right.
And everyone's been calling it the Zora.
Yeah, and we'll talk about it in a second. But first, Case, run us through the specs on this thing.
There's a lot of big numbers here and some really small numbers. Small numbers would be 0 to 60 under 2 seconds.
That's crazy.
Quarter mile time under 9 seconds. Big numbers, 1,250 horsepower, because basically what they did is combine the ZR1's 1,064 horsepower turbo V8 powertrain with the E-Ray's electric motor in the front. So this is all-wheel drive, but they even added a little bit of power to that. So it's 186 horsepower front electric motor instead of 160 horsepower for a total of 1,250.
Mary's worried that it wasn't going to be enough. Are you worried about that still?
That's a lot of horsepower. I think
If it was
it'll be okay.
1,224 horsepower, Mary was going to be really bummed.
Yeah.
So
I
off
think we
camera,
all
Case
would've.
turned to me and was like, I think I don't want that much 0 to 60.
Sounds nauseating.
Yeah, he's like, that would be an uncomfortable experience.
Under what circumstances do you need to go from 0 miles per hour to 60 miles per hour in under 2 seconds?
You're being chased.
Really good point.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very, very factual, actually.
What if there's a mudslide behind you because those move very quickly?
Or an avalanche.
Yeah,
a
so you're
bear.
taking that through
No.
an avalanche condition or a bear.
What if that's the only way you could survive? Plus, if you are in avalanche conditions, it's all-wheel drive.
So
So,
what we've determined
snow?
here, this is the
Perfect
new
getaway car.
mountain rescue car, is what
Search
this
and rescue
is.
is.
You know, speaking
buying
of,
these.
wasn't there just an avalanche over Loveland Pass?
There was
Over
a
the weekend.
rock slide. Yes.
Yes.
Yikes.
So if you were taking Loveland Pass in one of these,
If Mary
you
was in a
could've-
normal Corvette, 0 to 60, 2.8 seconds, dead. Immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But 1.9, she's making it out of there.
What is the
She
what is
would.
the C8? Like 16 seconds?
Yeah, something like that.
15? 14? Is it 14?
On which car?
What's the 0 to 60 on the Stingray?
2.8.
On ours?
Whoa!
16.
Why did I say 16?
That's like the Leaf, Mary.
Yeah, that's
I was
like
thinking, sorry guys, I was thinking of
One,
the C3.
two,
I was thinking of the C3.
3.
that makes a lot more sense. The C3 is
Give
thinking
it a
of
little
C3.
more credit, Mary.
Okay.
Mary's
sorry.
over here bringing out a calendar to measure 0 to 60 times. She's like, well, if we leave Monday, we'll be by 60 by Wednesday.
I was thinking of the 1968.
Yes, that's about
C3.
17 seconds.
That's actually
Okay.
pretty close.
Okay, 2.8.
How
So,
fast do you think your Leaf is 0 to 60?
It's about 16 seconds.
It's
Yeah.
not.
Yes, it is.
No.
It drag raced the C3 Corvette.
The
and
quarter
beat it
mile
twice.
time is 16 seconds.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
That Leaf is probably 0 to 60. It's about a 7-second car.
Yeah, it's pretty fast. It's pretty quick.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But anyway, 2
impressed.
seconds to 60. The problem we have with this car that we have to point out is the name is awful.
Yes, the car itself is great.
It's okay.
It's the name.
And why is the name so bad? Why is Mary so upset over here?
Well, tell me what the name is.
Well, it was supposed to be, at least according to the community, the ZR1 Zora, or just the Corvette Zora.
Which sounds awesome.
Yeah.
that's a cool name.
Instead, it's the ZR1X.
Awful. Everything's going to an X.
It's not even that. I don't care. If there wasn't somebody named Duntov Zora who literally like contributed to the heart and soul of all that Corvette is, X would be fine. X is whatever. It sounds cool. X is a cool letter. It's fine. But Zora he was born I think in Belgium to Russian Jewish parents, and he was like always interested in all things like engineering. Like he loved anything that had wheels. He was obsessed with that kind of stuff. And eventually he and his wife fled Europe, and he ended up in America, and he started like his own like business selling like airplane parts. And then eventually he started working in like rallycross stuff, and then he went back to Europe to do Le Mans stuff. And then he caught the attention of Porsche, and Porsche was like, "Hey, bro, we love your work." He was also a driver, like he also raced in these races. Couldn't find the word there. And Porsche was like, "Hey, we would love it if you did some engineering for us." So he did like a bunch of work, including the 550 Spider engine.
Nice.
He did a lot of work for a lot of different manufacturers, primarily Porsche, and then eventually GM, obviously. So eventually he went to the General Motors Motorama event where the Chrysler.
GM. It was a concept car.
Yeah, basically like the Corvette was there because this guy named Harley Earl had designed the Corvette. It had nothing in it. It was like a skeleton. Like it was just the design, and it looked beautiful. It was the C1, so it was just like stunning and lovely. Until Zora got there, and he was like, "Dude, I know how to make this thing like awesome. Like it looks cool, but I'm about to change like the trajectory of this car for you forever." And they're like, "Okay." And there was another guy, I forget what his name was, but he was basically like gave him a chance. He was like, "Okay, show me, like put your money where your mouth is, show us what you mean." And so he started like racing this car and making changes to the engines, and like basically he essentially like, I don't know if this is entirely true, so if you're a big car person, which I'm assuming most of the people listening are, correct me, but he essentially like pioneered the mid-engine design.
Yeah, I mean, basically he put the Encia in the Lada.
Which is a big deal.
That's the way to put it.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, what Mary's saying is like the Corvette was this kind of pretty looking little slow car, and then he was kind of the mastermind that turned it into like the performance machine it is.
Exactly.
Right?
Like the Corvette wouldn't have been the Corvette without Zora.
Yeah, and he was also a big proponent for mid-engine designs. They had concepts, he kept pushing it, and it never happened.
And he knew that it needed that because he was an actual racer. Like he was sitting behind the wheel on the track. He knew what he was doing. He was a really good racer too, and and he was so smart and so passionate.
And this was a good opportunity to pay homage to him.
Yes.
But yeah, now we've just got a ZR1X, which pretty universally seems like a name that most people aren't super excired about. Because everybody was referring to this car before it came out as the Zora. And that's kind of what we were all expecting and hoping for.
ZR1X sounds like a math equation.
Yeah.
Well, and if you had a lame name like Tommy or Case, you wouldn't want it to be the Corvette ZR1.
Actually, the Corvette Case sounds
the
cool.
Corvette Case. Okay, the Corvette Timmy, right? No one wants a Corvette Timmy, right?
Yeah.
But a Zora,
Dude, that just sounded
Zora's
awesome.
a cool name.
It was so fitting all around.
What a miss.
And I mean, like part of it, the one reason why I'm a little bit not upset, is because this man was not interested in accolades. He did not care if he was getting credit for stuff.
But even better way to like.
Yeah, exactly.
Gosh.
So he passed away from cancer. He also had like a stroke. He was, he died in like the 60s, I want to say. I did a whole video on this, guys. That's why I know a lot about it.
Exactly. You can go watch Mary's video in detail.
It is one of the best videos that we've done at this company in a long time. It's called Who the Heck is Zora and Why Should You Care? It's over at TFL Car. Go watch it.
It's worth it.
The 12 of you listening need to finish this podcast, all right? And then go watch that video.
Yeah.
But anyway, Mary's right. Such a cool dude, right?
Really talented.
He's kind of known as the father of the Corvette. Mary did a lot of research. He's not really the father, more of like the...
No, well, he's the father of the performance aspect of it. He's kind of like a really cool uncle, really influential uncle of the Corvette. But like, because technically Harley Earl designed what we see.
Yeah,
and Zora designed what we don't see.
But that's what makes a Corvette cool. It's what you don't see.
It's a performance bargain.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
So ZR1X we're excited about, but what I would do is chop off that X logo if they put one on the car. Put a Zora badge on it.
Yeah, it just looks so cool. Also, like the Z kind of looks like a Corvette. Like there's so many cool like lines and stuff.
I think we can retroactively fix this and just only refer to it as the Zora.
Yeah. What if the community does it?
Yeah.
So and then GM will be like, oh no, maybe
part
we
of the
should name it
issue.
the Zora.
I'm gonna come clean here. And nothing to do with my...
Finally.
Yeah, it's about time. General Motors does this thing, right? Where they name their performance cars or their interesting cars off of this like 3-letter alphanumeric RPO code. So basically, in the engineering department in the 1960s, there was this guy that's like, well, we're coming out with this new package. It's called the ZR1 package. And they just went with the name. It's why, like, Silverado has a Z71. Like, it doesn't mean anything. It's just an engineering term.
Z06, Z28.
ZL1, right? We need to lose that.
They mean nothing.
They mean nothing, right? Zora means something.
Do they
and it's
mean
cooler.
something in, like, the engineering
Not really.
space?
It's like...
just like a
So it's like when you buy like an old Blazer, like that one Andre just
Yeah.
bought, you open up the glove box and you have these codes. And it'll be like 1YX, it has air conditioning. 2L3, it's got power windows.
G80.
So like codes.
G80.
It's just codes,
And
yeah.
then they just put that on the outside of the car. Kind of crazy, huh?
Yeah.
And they've just been doing that for forever.
Forever. So it's kind of, but the Zora would have been
But like
awesome.
of all
Zora
the
would be
times to break that tradition, this feels like an like it's the most powerful the Corvette has ever been.
Uh-huh.
And he made it the most powerful it had ever been in his lifetime. And actually, they made him like stop, like improving the engine. They were like, "All right, that's
All right,
good.
it's good enough.
Because it was
Calm down.
no, literally, because it was selling so well. They were like, "You can stop now." And he was like, "But I don't want to." And then they were like, "Well, you gotta." He was like the chief engineer. He was the chief engineer at GM for a long time. And he started like in the lower levels.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah,
We're all in
exactly.
Would
agreement.
have been cool.
Speaking of missed opportunities and bad naming structures, Cole, do you want to pull up the new 2026 Ram 1500 V8 and then look up the logo on this thing?
Uh-oh.
So as we know, this was big news like last week.
Yeah.
Ram has put the V8 back in the truck, right? And it's not really that big of news, but everybody's excited because it went in line 6. And then they give it this emblem. Do you see that emblem bottom left, Cole? You kind of cycle through. There it is. Okay. So they put this emblem on the side of the truck. Mary's already snickering. What do you think that emblem is called?
The Ram Hemi.
The Ram Hemi. No. It is called, and I kid you not, this is in the actual material. That right there is the symbol of protest.
No. It looks like an alien ram with 4 legs on each side.
What is happening?
So if you're listening to the podcast, Case, describe this logo for the viewers.
They just crudely pasted a ram head on the front of a V8 where otherwise your water pump would be. And I think they should have hired a graphic designer.
Yeah.
Because a graphic designer would have done not that.
It feels like AI.
No.
And then they put some penne
about bad,
noodles
yeah.
coming
Bad.
out the side of it.
Flying.
It does look like he's flying. Wait, ready?
So listen, symbol of protest. What do we think of the name of this emblem?
Atrocious?
I think it should
possibly?
have been like standing. Like it looks like Jen's right. It looks like it's like levitating. Like its legs are like and then it's just moving forward.
ridiculous.
I don't think it doesn't make me think of protest.
No, I'm not
not
protesting
at all.
anything here.
I'm protesting
I'm
the design.
protesting the design
Yeah.
and the name.
the name.
It's like it looks like a weird ram engine spider.
Yes, correct. It
With
actually
some-
would be
If
4
that's what they
legs
were
on
going
each
for,
side.
they
Some
killed it.
linguine coming out the side, some pasta noodles.
Yeah.
For
yeah,
real.
some
That's
penne.
Some Legos on the top. It doesn't
Yes.
look good.
This is not it.
No.
No, this is not it. And
Wait, but it is it.
That is actually
That
it.
is
Is
it.
That's-
this
But as the
subject?
kids say, this is not it.
Yeah, got
This
it.
is
Is
not
this
it.
subject for
Tony was
change?
using lingo.
Is the subject up for change? I think it's official.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yes. I just learned this on another podcast, and I do think you're going to find this interesting. We know what the Mitsubishi Starion is?
Yeah.
The Starion? It was this 1980s car that was meant to compete with the Mustang. Mary definitely knows this car.
She loves stereos.
Love Mitsubishi.
And the story behind this car is pretty crazy. Shout out to Johnny Lieberman for telling the story. But apparently, when this car was coming to the U.S., okay, the Japanese called up Mitsubishi North America and said, "We're shipping you this car. It's called the Starion." Okay, so they put together all the press materials, and then the car showed up, and it had a stallion emblem on it.
Uh-oh.
And it was a case of mispronunciation of the word stallion.
Nuh-uh.
And what they had to do was rush some emblems last minute because they had already shipped off the press release. So
no.
this car ended up being called the Starion, which, by the way, way better name.
Yeah, then the
That is
stallion.
an
That is pretty
awesome
cool.
name.
Starion.
Wow.
Yes, so that's a
What
case
is
of a good name.
What's the emblem now?
It's just a Starion. So, but on the back, the car arrived in the U.S. with the word stallion. But with the accent,
Which is
Gross
embarrassing, yeah.
the
misunderstanding.
L's turn into R's, and then you...
Oh no.
Because
Yes.
this was part of the Diamond Star Motors
It was, I think so.
collaboration,
Oh
right?
my
Yeah.
Nobody thought to be like, can you spell that for me?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Write it out?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No one thought to like send this in a...
Like
Yeah.
if you're working like as a press team, like your job is to spell things correctly.
The amount of people that okayed all of that.
Yes, it had to go through multiple levels. But it was the 80s. There was no email.
True.
But there was still call. you could still call somebody.
Yeah.
Right?
But I think that was
There
the
was
problem
still
because they
call.
weren't spelling it over the phone. They were just saying.
They were
it.
just saying stallion.
And back then, in order to
Starion.
spell it and send that spelling to someone, you would have had to find a pigeon and attach the letter to it.
Jen is losing it over this
This
story
is
right
so
now.
ridiculous. Like
that's
that this
that
actually
is
passed
really-
through people.
But when you think about it, this car was supposed to compete with the Mustang, which is a
I
horse.
guess that's fair. So they were like,
Stallion.
stallion, I love
A
it.
different kind of horse.
The guy in the front was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be the stallion.
Yeah, what is a
Stallion?
stallion?
it wasn't competing with the Pinto?
No.
A stallion is like a bachelor horse.
A bachelor horse.
Yeah, you remember Spirit?
An
Stallion and Cimarron?
abstinent horse.
No,
No.
opposite.
An abs-
Yeah,
Stallion
yeah,
is not
very
abstinent.
opposite.
They're players.
The play
They are
is.
players, yeah.
right.
Like
Actually, it's
me.
a wild horse.
Yep.
It's a wild male horse, right? It's a stallion.
Correct.
Yes, I think so.
Like when Matt Damon voiced that stallion in that movie Spirit.
That was Maddie Dames.
Yeah, that's why we all had a crush on him.
Well,
Now it makes sense.
now it's
Case makes sense. It's like that poster in my bedroom.
Wow.
Why did I have that?
The one that I
That
have to
yellow
this
horse?
day.
Yeah, the yellow horse that I had a crush on.
So speaking of bad names, I'm sorry to announce I have another bad name in the news. The F-150 Lobo just debuted.
Lobo's cool.
What is
Wolf.
a what is?
It's wolf
It's a wolf.
in Spanish.
Yeah.
Lobo.
It's
I did not
did
know
you
that.
not think it was a thing?
You didn't know.
I
It's a
didn't
wolf.
know that.
We should have just let you go off on it for
I
a
was
while.
gonna say it sounds
Dang
like
it,
a desk
guys.
you would buy at IKEA, but now that I know it's wolf in Spanish,
It's
it's
yeah,
much cooler.
but
Spanish,
also,
yeah.
what does why wolf?
Why not?
okay,
wolf?
because it's a cool animal.
Okay, but I mean, okay, so the Lobo F-150 is that it's more performance based, right? Okay, so what does that have to do with a wolf?
Because wolves are fast.
Wolves are
Okay.
high
They're
performance.
actually they're not high performance. They're long
perform.
endurance.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
It doesn't.
endurance
It
creatures.
They
doesn't
perform
make
for a long
sense to me.
time.
That's endurance.
Endurance is a form of performance.
Is it known for
It's a
being
brand of performance.
enduring?
And no, it's supposed to be
Right.
fast. It's like lowered. It's got
Hey,
different
Cole.
wheels and tires.
Then
Can
it
you
should have
look
been the
up
cheetah.
how fast a wolf can run?
This
This is why people come to the Carish
Faster
podcast.
than any of
see,
us,
it
I
makes
bet.
just as much sense as the Tiguan.
Yeah.
The tiger
Tiguan.
iguana, it makes me so upset, that name.
30 to
40 miles an hour
31
almost.
to 37
Okay,
miles
well,
per
what's
hour.
a
That's
cheetah?
pretty fast. 50.
Yeah, but okay, the cheetah, the
I think.
F-150
Or no, a
cheetah.
Jaguar.
50 to 80.
Ah,
Yeah.
wow.
They should have called it the F-150 cheetah. Or
Well,
whatever
I
she
bet
means
that's
in
that
Spanish.
reminds me of like the cheetah girls, and I don't think that would sell very well.
Well, if it was
unfortunately.
something in Spanish. What's
I
cheetah
think-
in Spanish? Let's just rename everything right now on this
I think,
episode.
cheetah in Spanish.
Let's see what cheetahs.
It is
Guepardo.
Heck yeah. The F-150 Guepardo.
You gotta roll that
I
R.
love it, to be
I
I
think
would
it
honest.
sounds
love
You
to
guys
see
in?
people try to pronounce that on the side of an F-150.
It's Guepardo.
I do actually like the Spanish renaming thing. What other car that we all love has been renamed? It was an animal renamed in Spanish.
What is it?
Oh, what is it?
It's a Hyundai. The Tiburon.
Tiburon.
Uh-huh.
What's a
Tiburon
Tiburon?
is shark in Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't
is
that
cool.
awesome?
Where's the accent in that word?
Tiburon.
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 Do you want to look it
Tiburon.
up, Cole? No, I'm worried that's not true at all. Can you make sure that shark... Oh, you're going...
Whoa, you
Tiburon.
went the
Oh, yeah,
wrong way.
okay.
Wow, okay.
Wow, that was impressive.
Wow, that was
Tiburon.
impressive.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That is
that
cool.
so Lobo, now that I know, is shark in Spanish, or wolf in Spanish. is
You
much
really didn't
cooler.
know
I
that?
did not know that.
Did you know there's a basketball team called the Lobos?
Really?
Yeah.
Ah.
That's actually kind of a cool name.
It's college
Watch
basketball.
basketball.
It's the University of New Mexico, I think.
The problem with Lobo
Well,
is
that
it's no
makes sense.
faster than the normal truck.
Yeah, it's just a 4-door V8 with a body kit. And
Yeah.
So what's
Is
new
it
about the
lower?
Lobo?
It's a little. I think it's a
It's a
little
little
lower
bit
in the
lower.
back.
Just a little?
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh huh.
So it goes.
why didn't they? Why can't there be a 2-door Lobo?
Because no one would buy it.
Why would you want that?
Why can't...
They build a 2-door F-150.
Do you think there's a biped wolf out there? I don't think so.
it's still got 4
Two-legged
wheels?
wolf.
Still got 4
It's
wheels.
still got
That's,
4
that's
wheels, Mary.
true.
Oh.
The real reason that cars have
I'm
boring
not talking
names.
about 2 wheels. I'm not talking about an F-150 motorcycle.
That's a good point.
The real reason cars have boring names is because everyone is taking the cool names. and
That's
they're
not
trademarked.
even close to true.
Yeah, it is because you can't name a car.
Yeah.
Get this.
That's the most sassy I've ever seen.
Girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true. Like, you can't name a car the Ford Lucky Charms because Lucky Charms owns the trademark. Try finding a word
Is that
that's
the
not
cool
trademarked.
name that came to mind?
I'm just trying to think of a word
That
that's
was at
already
Tommy's top of the
trademarked.
What about suerte?
Suerte.
That's luck in
Isn't that
Spanish.
a type of tequila?
See? This is the problem.
Yeah.
Everybody...
Isn't it?
It
Cole
is?
says yes. Thank you, Cole. Suerte.
That-
what does
that-
that mean?
good luck. Buena suerte is good luck.
That's why you end up with the mystic mushroom blue color.
Yeah, look some.
Mystic mushroom blue. Oh yeah.
Because
Seltzer.
everybody owns a trademark.
I think they're just not trying hard enough. And I understand that they have like whole focus groups, like trying to name things.
And they come up with Tiguan.
And, yeah.
That just
And
that's
freaking
tough.
ZR1X.
makes me
out of here.
so mad. We're just adding X to everything now, and it's
Zora
dumb.
wasn't taken, was it?
Probably not.
Look me in the eye and tell me what's
I
named
bet it
Zora.
wasn't.
Yeah, you can't.
Zora Charms. The source of nutritious breakfast
Zora
cereal.
What would be your name for a car?
It would be something awesome.
That's the name? Something
Like
awesome.
the Thunder Tiger Cougar Cat.
Or what you were going to name your
Liger.
kid?
The liger.
Yes.
The Cobra Thunder. There's already a Cobra, but a Thundercat.
That's
that would be a sweet
that's a
car.
type of machine. Like the Is that?
It's a bobcat.
There's also an artist.
Yes.
There's a
Wait,
musician.
look up Thundercat.
Yeah, do look up Thundercat. Actually,
I like
please.
how you guys are all like, you guys are wrong. And then you're like, oh, we
Oh, well,
can't
not
do that.
Thundercats plural.
Yeah,
It's a
but
sci-fi movie.
Just a single Thundercat. There you go.
Oh yeah, it is a singer. It's an American singer and record
I don't
producer.
think he would get mad if there was a car called the
Probably
Thundercat,
not.
though, because
He'd probably think
people
it
would
was for
notice
him.
the difference.
Probably.
It is actually.
Looks like he was on Yo Gabba Gabba. You guys ever watched that show?
Nope.
There he is.
Thundercat. Yeah, dude.
Okay, but that's not a bad
Incredible
name for,
bass
for
player.
a
What would you name your car?
car. Gee, I don't know. What kind of car is it? Is it a performance car? Is it a truck? Is
It's
it
a sporty,
Whatever kind of
it's a
car
sports
you
car.
think it is.
like, okay, I'm actually going to tell you like a name that I think they did well on.
Okay.
I think the Maverick is a sick name. Because
Yeah,
it
that
reminds
is a
you
good
of,
name.
what's it called?
Top Gun.
Top Gun. Because it's a truck and it's like kind of.
But the Goose
Randomly.
probably wouldn't be as good of a
No, I feel like Goose is probably not a great.
The Goose.
The Goose.
The Ford Goose.
Ford Goose.
Little hybrid goose.
This is a perfect transition to a game that we're about to play.
Ooh.
Okay. It's related to models of Ford products. Okay.
I abstain.
Taurus.
So you were
Fusion.
Okay, stop. You're already on the right track. So I was at this Bentley program last week in Montana, and we had dinner in the Cortina room.
Are you flexing on us?
No,
A little bit.
yeah.
Are you flossing on the podcast gang here?
You're not using that correctly.
Am I not? Dang.
Anyway, we had dinner in the Cortina restaurant, and the head of Bentley PR put up a challenge, and I saw some people do this game. It was very entertaining. So we're going to do it live on the podcast, okay? And this first round is going to be Case and I, and then we're going to do Mary and Jen.
Okay.
And here is how this game works. We pick a brand. We're going to start with Ford, and it's called the model game, all right? And we each list Ford models. The last person standing wins.
This
Oh,
is
if
so
someone
unfair
runs
for
out?
me.
Well, that's why you're spectating.
If someone runs out of names,
That person loses.
awesome.
And
That's cool.
this is where you two come in. You have to be the adjudicator on whether or not it's fair or not. Because let's take Explorer, right? I could say Explorer, that's a valid model. I couldn't say Explorer ST.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Trims.
But you could do Explorer Sport Track. Because
that's
that's
a
a
different
different
vehicle.
model.
That's well, yeah. I see that.
Okay.
That's
I'm
fair.
going to lose this badly to Tommy.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
And if we go more than 10 seconds, the game's over.
More like in pause.
In pause, yeah.
Right,
10 to
right,
15
right.
seconds.
This is like the Concentration 64.
100%.
Do you know
Yeah.
that game?
No.
Okay. Well, it's exactly like that game.
Thank you for clarifying. I do not know that
Yeah,
game.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm going to go first. I'm going to say Explorer.
F-150.
Okay, pause. Already we are at a problem.
Uh-oh.
Because we could spend the next 25 years going 250, 350, 450, 550.
Well, that would
There's
take
an
that long.
F550.
Just
Would it?
take like 6
That-
seconds,
that
probably.
was-
Okay, let's just say,
650.
Yeah.
let's just call that the F series. So you have taken
All right.
all
I've
the.
taken,
I
I've
don't know
taken the
though. I feel like
F-series.
F-150 is like a pretty recognizable.
Okay, fine. We'll do it Mary's way. 250.
350.
F450.
I'm going to break it up. Taurus.
Okay, Fusion.
Mustang.
Aspire.
Falcon.
Tempo.
Cortina. Did mention.
Pinto.
Bean.
Expedition.
Country Squire.
Excursion.
Edge.
Explorer.
Oh yeah, he already said
I said
Explorer.
that.
You said it
So
before
is
the
that-
game
does
started,
does
right?
That,
Yeah, we're
does
good.
that like
It was before.
cut off if you
No,
repeat?
No,
We'll
but it
just
was
keep
before
going.
the game
That-
started.
Technically, it was the
Okay.
first one. I'll get. Say Sport Track. Say Explorer Sport Track.
I'll say sport track.
All right, I'm gonna say Escape.
There's so many. Why? What? GT.
Bronco Sport.
Oh, full size Bronco.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mustang Mach-E.
Oh gosh.
See, well, yeah, I guess that is a different vehicle. Uh-oh. Transit.
Echo Sport.
Fiesta.
Festiva.
I was about to say that too. Focus.
The Ka.
Wait, you already said Focus.
No,
Did
we didn't.
Somebody
say Focus.
said Focus.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Really?
I think somebody did.
Okay. Well, I'll give it.
No, because they said Taurus. Oh, you said Taurus. Sorry,
Yeah.
proceed.
Ka.
Contour.
Oh. The LTD.
Ooh, good one. Country Squire.
The Galaxy.
Can we say race cars?
Sure.
I've
Mark
got
IV?
one.
No. You okay? Yeah, you can. RS200. RS200. Almost caught it.
Oh man, running out
Getting
of
tough.
ideas here. It is
I've
getting
got
tough. So I'm gonna phone a friend here.
Okay, go for it.
The Thunderbird.
Good.
Oh, good
Yeah,
one.
All right.
Good one.
I'm gonna say the Escort.
Yeah, I think I'm about. Crown Vic.
The Ranger.
Oh, that's such a good point. Did we say the Maverick yet?
No.
Oh, cool. Okay, that was done as a question, very tactfully.
The Model A.
I'll go for our Model T then.
All right, we'll just
Yeah.
you
Wow.
can have the Model
That
T.
was
my
like
God.
that was incredible.
We're
That was a lot.
gonna skip A through T.
F100.
That's still F series.
Well, we decided to go for the
No,
specific
we're
models
F series are
after.
done. We're almost at the bottom. I'm gonna say Windstar.
That's pretty good right there. Oh man, I'm trying to think now back to like 50s or something. Deluxe, right? What
Sure. Aerostar.
I was thinking Aerostar.
were you thinking?
I was
Aerostar?
thinking when he.
We're
Yeah.
scraping the bottle of the bale here, guys.
we are.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap out, man.
I won.
Dang.
Got any
Yeah,
others?
That was
No.
pretty good.
I still had the Courier left and the Econoline.
Do you see them all in your
Dang.
head? And
I
you're,
do.
Tacking them up?
Yes.
Do
Yeah.
you have photographic memory?
No, I do not.
I
but
feel like he was
I feel like you
prepping
do.
for this
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, maybe I cheated.
Yeah, you definitely cheated.
He's
So-
the one that came up with the game.
So now Jen and Mary will
Can
try.
we do it with like something else?
Yeah, ideally not Ford.
Think of a brand. We'll start with you. Gotta do one car brand, and then you can do anything else. Okay. So you two pick a car brand and then go.
Okay.
I'm gonna lose so bad.
Well, maybe you'll win.
Well, maybe it'll be fine.
I can name like one model.
Do you want to do Chevy?
We'll do.
We'll do the Chevrolet.
Okay, Chevrolet. We'll let Mary go first.
Yeah.
Corvette.
Okay.
Tracks.
I don't know.
You have to know one other Chevy.
Think of the trucks.
Chevy Avalanche.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good one.
Okay. Traverse.
I feel so much
What about an
anxiety.
SUV?
Chevy Padlock.
She started saying Silverado and then with Silver Padlock.
Oh, Silverado.
Okay.
Traverse.
Give me a letter.
E.
E.
No.
Evangelical.
That's the one.
That could be.
I think that's it.
I think that's win. Good job, Jen.
Yay! Yay!
Okay.
Sorry.
Now, is there
Play this game.
a topic you think you'd want to play me against? Like High School Musical cast?
Gee. We could do a High School Musical cast, but I don't think that's like vague enough. Like it's not as overarching of a topic. It's fine. You guys can.
Actors or something. That's more vague. You're welcome.
Just keep listing actors. Be here all day.
Just like specific movies with an actor in
Okay, yeah.
it. Who's an actor?
Ryan Gosling.
Okay.
We
Ryan
were talking
Gosling
about
movies.
him.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Blue Valentine.
Barbie.
La La Land.
Okay, that's it. Good job, Mary wins.
Done.
That's crazy.
It's a cool game,
How
huh?
far can you go with all of the manufacturers?
It depends. Like, it gets really boring with BMW.
Yeah.
You're like,
Just all the letters
the
and numbers.
325
Yeah.
iX. The 325 XI.
So I could probably scoot by in that one. You wouldn't be able to fact check me.
Do you want to do one with me, Jen?
Oh yeah.
You're very intimidating.
Give us a
Tommy.
brand,
Yeah, right.
Mary.
Like a car brand,
Yes.
preferably.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Mercedes.
How about Mercedes?
Oh my God.
Yes. C
No.
class.
Okay. I'll pick a different one. Ooh, this would be interesting. Subaru.
Okay, good one. Outback.
Forester.
Crosstrek.
Done.
You gotta know more than that, Jen. There's like more in their current
I know,
lineup.
but I can't think of them right
Brat.
now.
Trail.
Oh, the
Hunter.
Brat. Oh, that's old.
Okay, BRZ.
SVX.
a good
Yeah.
one.
Oh no, that's a Nissan. I really can't.
Okay, well, I won that one.
WRX.
Good, okay.
Yeah.
What about your favorite?
Outback.
We didn't say Outback yet.
No.
Really? I thought that's what we
Okay,
started with.
Legacy.
Oh God. No, I'm
Impreza.
I'm out.
Ooh,
Wow.
Meredith's tapping in.
Dang.
What about the Baja?
Oh, Baja,
Case.
good
Yeah.
One of Tommy's favorites.
The little
The
truck.
Tribeca.
The Tribeca. Yeah, that's pretty good. This kind of this is going to be embarrassing. But Tommy, what was the one called the little blue station wagon?
The DL.
The DL.
Down.
How can we ask me?
The down low. The DL.
The Ascent.
The Descent. No.
No.
Man.
What's that little, the sandbar?
Do you think that this
Oh,
is how they
yeah,
come
the
up with
sandbar.
car names?
I think they do. They're like, okay, we got that one already.
Okay, Chevy Padlock.
We have the Country Squire. Have we done the Country King?
The Country Squire is a real.
Yeah, the
It
Ford.
is.
Ford Country Squire.
Yeah.
My
That's
dad took
wild.
his driving test on one. Shout out to my dad.
Spot.
Thanks. Thanks,
Hi,
Mr.
Dad.
He's
Case.
one of the reasons I'm here.
But it's a fun game because, like,
One of the two.
At least one of them.
it leads to a lot of
Like
arguments.
50% of it.
Because, like, Mary,
Yes.
would you consider the Bronco and the Bronco 2 separate vehicles?
Me personally, no.
They kind of are, though.
Do you want to elaborate why?
Well, it's very simple in my mind. There's a 1 and a 2.
Yeah, there's
They're
a one
separate.
and a two. Yeah.
They're separate numbers, but are
Yeah.
they?
But
They're friends.
they coexisted at the same
They did.
time,
So
right?
technically,
they're
but
kinda two
Mustang and
different
Mustang
vehicles.
2?
Oh,
Eesh.
don't even.
I just don't
go
like
there.
Yeah,
it when
don't
like
bring
people
that
who are
up.
naming things get lazy about it.
Yes, I agree.
You know?
Yeah, like all of the Acuras. Actually, the old Acuras, some of the best. The Acura,
Acura's like ADX, MDX.
yes, but they used to be like Legend.
Yeah.
In-
Legend is
Integra.
a sick name.
Oh,
And then they're like RL. It's like, what is this?
I wonder how many poets they employ.
0, not enough.
They should, because it takes a degree of poetry, a poetic notion to like exude strength and power, but also
Wow.
like class and elegance.
How beautiful.
You know?
But they don't.
No. I like Integra though because it sounds like a real word, but it's not.
Integra. It sounds
And
like
that's the
integrity,
best.
but like Viagra.
No,
No?
absolutely not.
Okay.
Close.
Dang.
So next segment, I have 5 trivia questions. And trivia, as always, is brought to you by Case's dad. Case's dad, the creator of Case.
Thanks.
And some other
Thanks,
people,
Dirk.
maybe.
And also,
Scott O'Sullivan with O'Sullivan Law. What do they do, Case?
Well, for one, I'm not actually related to Scott O'Sullivan, who is the real sponsor for trivia.
just trying to clear that up real
Yeah,
quick.
just really quick.
Yeah, O'Sullivan Law and Rider Justice are our 2 go-to legal teams.
Yeah, right. If you were
That's a good way to describe it.
Scott is paying us real money, Case. Come on, we're better than this.
We're so sorry, Scott.
If you are involved in any automotive-related incident, you better call
Yeah.
Scott first because O'Sullivan Law. Oh God.
Sullivan.
O'Sullivan Law is the #1 guy in the industry when it comes to vehicle-related incidents. He's gotten multiple people I know out of really sticky situations, and
awesome.
he's awesome to work with. Plus, he's big into
Motorcycles.
car world and the
And
motorcycle world.
Yeah, he actually likes cars.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
he's trtrustworthy.
Yeah. So better call Scott first.
Not Saul, but
Yeah,
Call
what-
Saul.
If you are involved in an incident, we're going to restart Scott's. If you are involved in an incident on the road, you call Scott first. This is a catastrophe.
Ad read has gone well. Check that
That's
off
why we
off the list.
Write them down.
This is like we're wondering why no one wants to sponsor. I'm like over here screaming,
It's-
call Scott!
I'll
Just
tell you
call it.
what. It is to their credit that they continue to support us after our terrible ad reads.
Yes, and he's actually very awesome, so check
Yeah.
him out. So
Thanks, Scott.
Scott is sponsoring today's trivia, which is brought to you by me, because
Oh, no.
I am going to do a round of 5 trivia questions so Mary feels included.
Aw.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice.
Yes?
Oh, wow.
And you might notice these questions are plucked randomly from the automotive world, okay? So anybody, it's a fair shot, okay?
Wait. So am I competing
You're
against
competing
these
against
guys?
these 3, yeah. It's
Okay.
just, it's a rapid
Okay,
fire.
I'm really bad at trivia.
I don't think you're gonna. I think you're gonna know the answer. So it's fine.
You might be.
Okay, unrelated to things Mary knows. Some say a man named Zora Arkus Duntov was the father of the Corvette. All right.
Uh-huh.
Where, as Case would say, was Zora Arkus Duntov born?
Belgium.
Boom. Mary's on the board.
Wow.
Dang.
Mary.
Guys,
ish?
I told you this
Amazing.
earlier. I said he was born in
did.
Belgium to Jewish Russian parents. I said that.
Yes. She
out
did say
loud.
that.
Yeah, she
But
did.
you said it first.
So
Damn
Mary's on the
straight.
board. So clearly she knows more than us about cars.
Yeah.
At least
clearly.
a little.
So anyway, that was Mary's softball question. But now to general car trivia.
Now to
Ready?
baseball.
This is stuff that
Hardball.
Mary probably will have a harder time with. Zora Arkus Duntov was sometimes known as the father of the Corvette. Who was he married to?
Elfie.
Boom!
Wow, Mary. How do you know this?
She just knows a lot
It's
about
just
cars.
in my blood.
It's just in my blood.
She's not the ish anymore.
Yeah, no, this is definitely.
Okay, enough with the Corvette questions. Some say Zora. No. What year was the Corvette introduced?
Oof. 52.
Okay.
Yeah, 53.
Okay.
I guess I got to do something different, right? 54.
53.
Nice, Jen.
Okay. It's all tied up 2-1. That's not how that works. Okay. Now, genuinely unrelated to the first three questions. Zora, no. So the Volkswagen Type 1, better known as the Volkswagen Beetle, think the little air-cooled Beetle, right? Introduced in the 1930s. What year did the Volkswagen Type 1 Beetle stop production in Mexico? So they built it forever in
Ooh.
Germany, and then they kept building it forever in Mexico, and they stopped production.
2003.
Okay.
84.
Okay. Think of like the little classic Beetle.
97.
Okay, and the answer is 2003.
Nice case.
Yeah.
Can you
Thank
believe
you.
that?
Yeah.
That's
They,
that's
they built
interesting.
Herbie through 2003.
Wow.
Herbie himself.
Herbie the
That's
Love
wild.
Bug.
Straight
There's
up.
one
That's
for
wild.
sale, final edition 2003 Beetle for sale right now on Facebook. It's got like 39 miles on it. The guy wants $55,000.
Why did do you
That's
know
a
why
lot
did
for
they
an
stop
old car.
making it in Mexico?
Well, because it was a 70-year-old design.
Oh, well, sometimes if it ain't broke,
That'll
don't
do
fix it.
It's true though. They
Yeah.
kept building it, and they changed it a little bit, but largely the same car for like
Yeah.
70 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
They
Yeah.
did a lot of different rear windows.
Yes, that's true. They did. So the Datsun 240Z was named the Fair Lady Z in Japan. What was the Fair Lady Z named after?
My Fair Lady.
Okay,
His
Case is right.
Mayla.
yeah,
My own Fair
my
Lady.
fair lady.
My,
Do you know the
my
song?
Own, what?
London Bridge is falling down.
Old MacDonald had a farm.
No,
My Fair
no.
Lady Z.
Do you know that song?
London Bridge is falling
London
down?
Bridge is falling down.
Like the
falling
nursery
down,
rhyme
falling down,
thing?
Yeah,
London
it's-
Bridge is falling down, my fair lady.
Yeah.
It's also
so,
a terrible song.
Yeah, it's about death.
Yeah, a lot of kids' songs are.
really interesting story
On
though.
Rosie.
So in 1961, Katsuji Kawamata, Nissan's president, was in the U.S. and saw the musical My Fair Lady and liked it so much he named his car My Fair Lady.
That's cool.
Wow.
Wasn't Julie Andrews in the production of My Fair
Yes,
Lady?
she was. I
Yeah.
think. Really cool, huh?
It
That is
seems
really
like a
cool.
Julie Andrews.
It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
She's just a fair lady.
She absolutely is.
We need more cars named after musicals.
Yeah, for sure.
The Nissan Muffin Man.
Wicked?
Well, there
Ooh.
is the
That
Hyundai
would be a
Sonata.
cool car name.
Yeah, I think so.
The
That's just
Hyundai Sonata.
close, you know.
I have a bone to pick with the Sonata though, because all the other Hyundais are places like Santa Fe.
Well, one might argue that a Moonlight Sonata takes place in the moonlight, which is a place.
They can't do a press drive in the moonlight.
yeah, you can.
Okay,
Watch
fair
her.
point. Fair point.
I can. I don't know about you.
So the winner of today's trivia is Mary.
Mary.
Thank you for that, Tommy.
You're welcome.
I'm
Thank you.
impressed.
A little patronizing, I admit.
Yeah,
but
a little. But you did prove that I did do my research. Minus
She
the
knows
year.
things.
Minus the year. I actually do. I know a lot about Zora Arkus Duntov.
Yes, which is very cool because he's a cool guy, and his wife is kind of a badass.
Yeah,
she's
she sure
also one of
was.
her paintings. She was a painter. She is still hanging in the Corvette Museum, and it's of Zora with a Corvette.
Wow.
So romantic.
I might do
someone
something
will
similar
paint
for
me.
Case.
She also danced at the
thank you.
Copacabana.
Really?
Yeah, she was a dancer.
With Barry Manilow.
I don't know if it was with Barry.
He could have been there.
He could have been there.
Do you want to give your trivia now?
I sure do.
Okay.
More
now,
tri-
today's
oh.
trivia is sponsored by O'Sullivan Law. We're going to give him a third ad read because it went so well the first time. But, Mary, are you proud of this trivia?
No.
Okay.
Honest.
Very matter of fact, actually.
I'm not.
Okay.
But I
Well,
think it'll be fun. Because it always is.
Well,
Okay, we got Tom. We got Jan. We got
Grace.
Case.
Present.
All right, question number 1. Also, I apologize for any mispronunciations
Okay.
in this experience.
Fair enough.
What Japanese car is nicknamed the God of Drift?
Oh, like
AE86.
yeah,
The
yeah.
Terreno. Toyota?
Terreno.
Oh!
Really good pull.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was impressive.
From
was
Initial
impressive.
D.
Yeah.
Why didn't we do Toyota?
Cartoon.
I think I would have been able to do the model game with Toyota.
We'll do it at the end.
Okay. All right.
Against Case.
No. Case will be mean. Which country does the automaker, oh boy, Pagani originate from?
Yeah. That's Italy, right?
Yes, ma'am. Did the Pagani help?
Pagani.
So that
Yeah.
guy, the guy who founded
Horatio.
Pagani, Horatio, is awesome. Get this, you're gonna love this, Mary. He shows up at like big car events, and then people like always talk to him and like want to take pictures. He's like, I don't speak English. Turns out the guy speaks perfect English.
Oh, that's amazing.
What a power move!
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
I love that.
I wish I could do that.
You could. You speak Spanish.
Well,
Didn't
yeah,
know
but
Tiburon,
I don't look like I speak
No,
Spanish.
I
I can't. I don't think I can get away with I don't speak English.
yeah, Horatio Pagani looks Italian.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Horatio.
And he sounds Italian when
And
he
he sounds
speaks
Italian.
Italian.
That would be amazing.
So I said that correctly, Pagani?
Yeah,
Pagani.
Pagani.
He could kind of be from anywhere in Europe.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
He's
Yeah.
just white.
Okay, cool. Question number 3. What was the final year the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution was sold in the U.S.?
2010.
10?
Oh! No, I think
it
it's
was
11.
later.
I think it's
It was
2011.
later. Wasn't it like 14?
I'm gonna say
I
2011.
don't know. I was like 14, so
He's barely
I
alive.
wasn't shopping.
What year was it?
2015.
Oh!
Do we want to give a
Wow,
point
really?
to closest or no points?
Who
She said later.
She said
so.
2014.
Sure, we'll give her a point.
Tommy, you're so
So
upset.
begrudgingly.
His face.
What engine layout is used in the Porsche Cayman and Boxster?
Flat 6.
Flat 4.
Mid-engined. That's what she was looking for.
And how are they opposed?
Horizontally.
Nice.
My favorite way to be opposed to someone. I love arguing horizontally.
Diametrically opposed foes. Okay.
Imagine having an argument laying down like cylinders.
What?
Just feet to feet.
Right.
Then you're horizontally opposed to
Moving
the person.
on.
Okay.
It would be an awesome presidential debate.
What does the S stand for in Ford's Performance SVT division?
Special.
Slay, Jen.
Special Victims
vehicle
Unit.
team. yeah. Yep.
Tune it.
That's it.
It's Special Vehicle Team, yeah. Cool.
SVT.
The Acura NSX was co-developed with which legendary Formula One driver?
Ayrton Senna.
Nice case.
Cases on the board.
I'm so good at trivia. I don't say the wrong things under pressure.
Which U.S. state is home to Tesla's original Gigafactory?
California.
Nevada.
Oh, hell.
Nevada.
It's
Sparks,
not.
Nevada.
Oh, man.
Sparks, Nevada.
Well done.
Shucks.
Shucks. Jiminy Willikers.
Nevada. Jiminy Cricket.
Gee whiz.
Oh no. Jen, oh no.
Was that me when I said
Yeah,
oh no?
that's you.
That literally
Yeah.
sounds like me.
It was
when
when
I
she was falling
That's
down.
when I was falling down when we were at Ram Off Road.
Oh no!
Oh no, Jen! I was like, just grab the camera.
Tommy was doing a Mr. Bill.
I sound like Mickey Mouse when I
You do.
exclaim, "Oh no!"
You totally do. All right.
delightful.
What generation of the Chevy Corvette was the first to feature a fully independent rear suspension?
C2.
Yeah,
what year?
C2.
Oh gosh, 1963.
3?
2.
62.
62. 63.
Also
oh.
give you the point. Weird sounds coming from.
No worries from me.
No worries. Okay, this one is interesting. What does VTEC stand for in Honda terminology?
Variable.
Yeah.
Technology.
An engine control? Or-
Increases.
Exclamation point.
There's no P. Good try.
Variable. We got variable.
Well,
I
is
think-
it variable
Can I give
valve?
you guys a-
Is it variable valve timing and electronic timing control?
Oh!
You're so close.
Wow.
Something like
I'm going to
that?
give you the point.
What is
But
it?
try again. Think of VTEC. You did them out of order.
Timing
V.
electric control?
Variable technology engine control. No.
No, you're right. It's weird. They throw an L in there. So it's variable valve timing and lift electronic control.
Lift electronic control.
There's no L
Not
in there.
very
I
catchy.
know. Yeah,
No,
lift.
not so much.
To be honest.
But VTEC,
is
very catchy.
VTEC is catchy.
Good job, Case.
Didn't that debut on the NSX?
Variable
Did that-
valve timing and lift electronic control.
Did that debut on the NSX?
I think it debuted in the NSX.
Oh, you're saying debut. Okay. really
Debut.
got lost there.
I'm like, I don't know
All
that
right.
term.
Oh boy. Okay. This is a term I'm going to mispronounce. Here we go. The term
You got this.
Sound it out, baby.
Homologation? Aha!
Hang on, I wanted to hear her say it.
Point to me.
Homologation.
Homologation. I was going to say homologation. So not quite. What was it?
Homologation.
Homo allegation.
Homologation.
Homo
Okay.
allegation, right?
No,
Homologation?
it's not that.
All right. You know what? That's something that really pisses me off about the English language is there's no accents. Like, you know, in other languages,
You
they
could have a
tell
little
you
yep.
where you, like, the end. The
But then it makes it
accent
really
is.
hard to type.
Yeah,
Really?
amen.
No, because if you
So
have
difficult
both.
to type.
No, listen to me.
Extremely
Stop
challenging.
speaking
Listen
for a
to me.
second.
I can't.
If you have a different keyboard, like you have a Spanish keyboard, like those are on the keyboard.
Are there like 3 O's on this keyboard?
And
Because
3
that
E's.
would mess me up, dog.
I don't
Hang
know.
on, actually, Case brings up a point. So if you have an E, right, or an I,
Uh-huh.
does that mean you have to do something different to get to the accent on the I?
Terrible.
There's
a
only
umlaut.
there's like one
So, but what if you want a normal I?
then there is a normal I.
So there's 2 I's.
There's 2 I's on this keyboard?
Get out of my town.
Wait, no.
See,
Let me check. I have the
Spanish.
Spanish keyboard on my phone.
Of course you do.
well, these are all normal, aren't they?
Cole, do better.
God, Cole, producer.
That doesn't look different at all. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
see?
Yeah,
Right.
but you still have
Yeah.
to. How do you
It's
access
another
the other
keystroke.
I?
You hold it.
It's another keystroke, man.
option?
That's
Yeah.
messed up. Messed up.
All
Option.
right. Well, homologation.
Yeah, that's it. Homologation.
Homologation.
Homologation. Mm-hmm. Okay. The term homologation special refers to cars built to meet requirements for what?
Racing. Straight up. Car racing.
Racing series regulations.
Car racing.
All right. Case you're tied with.
Wow, I
Tom.
got the hardest one.
This was the easiest one. Literally everybody, including Mary, at this table.
Tommy, hush.
Hush your mouth.
All right.
You're interrupting Mary.
When did BMW first release the M3?
Oh, what
Year?
1983.
86?
84. 84.
E30?
Do you have a guess?
That's not a year, Jan.
Case did this.
What year were you born? E30.
This is his case. Just
Case, you have like, you know this. There's like a 10-year period.
Yeah, it's
Just say a
sometime in the
number.
80s for sure. 87.
Okay, it's 86. Jen got
I knew it.
Good job, Jan.
Did you say 86?
I said 86.
How dare you?
Why are you losing it so much over there? Come on,
I'm
man.
stressed out. Trivia is
I don't know if
a
I've ever seen
terrible
Case
game.
laugh that hard.
What year did the Corvette debut?
Okay. 53.
What
we
year did the
talked about
Mustang
this.
debut?
65.
What year did the
Well,
second gen
64 and a
Cummins
half.
debut?
64 and a
Yeah,
half.
64 and a half.
Do you guys know
What are you
what
talking
it
about
was?
What?
What kind of M3 was it?
E30.
Anything. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's a fun way. This is a fun game we could play. What generation E30 were you, or what generation M3 were you born in?
Oh. That's hard.
What year were you born?
90.
Oh, that wasn't polite. You were an E36 baby.
An E36.
Okay, moving on. The BMW Museum and BMW Welt are located in which German city?
Munich.
Nice, Tommy. Have you been there?
Yes, it's very cool. It's shaped in a circle. Oh my god.
Circles are cool.
Oh, this is the coolest thing you've ever heard. Pay attention.
Here's the
So
throw.
in Germany, you can still take European delivery, and you take
Oh,
delivery
yeah.
of the car on the 4th floor of this building, and you're like
Drive it out of the
surrounded
building.
by like balconies, and then you just drive down this like circle.
Oh, that's cool. Like a
Yes.
spiral.
A spiral.
I've always
Spirals are
wanted to do one
cool.
of the
Oh.
Euro deliveries. That would have been so cool.
BMW Museum, Cole. Munich.
You were an E30 baby.
E30.
I was not. I was wrong.
It's a good generation.
Ooh, I've been to
Thanks.
Munich. Never been to the BMW Museum though.
Yeah. So that like cup is the
Like the
the
toilet
bowl
bowl.
is the museum, and then the it's just.
Oh, I
really
thought that was a
cool.
water park toilet bowl thing.
Wow, look at that.
Dang.
That is so cool.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
I like
Oh,
that.
I would like to go there.
Okay. How many cars did Ferrari produce in 2023 approximately?
I was just talking about this.
9.
That's really your
You're
answer,
pulling
Jen?
a me.
Come on.
Ferrari.
I'm gonna say 9,000.
Okay.
I was going to say 10,000. Now it feels like a cop out. I'm doing it anyway. 10,000.
15,000.
You don't know the
For
answer.
those of you listening, Mary's making an insane face.
Yeah. You're the master of trivia.
You said 15?
Yes.
I said 12,000.
You said 12?
You did not.
I think I did.
I think you
said
said
9,000.
I'm pretty sure I said
He
12.
said 9,000.
I think 15 is closest because it's 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
What did you say?
10.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is.
Tommy, you're a cheater.
I said 12,000. Pretty
Disqualified.
sure.
Disqualified. Okay. What unique feature did the Dodge Viper's early models lack to save weight?
Door handles,
And
windows, and
Roof.
ABS and airbags.
Airbags.
external door handles
Not any
and
important.
airbags.
Not important things.
How did you get in the car?
You had to reach in and pull a lever on the inside, and it didn't have windows.
Tommy did a short
Ridiculous.
about it.
You did?
I did.
That's cool.
You didn't watch
Okay.
his short?
God.
Now listen, guys. There's 3 questions left, and Tommy and Jan are like neck and neck.
And Case is at the very
And I'm
bottom.
way ahead.
You're doing really good, Case.
Thank you.
Keep it
Doing
up.
so good. You
Tommy
look so
has
cool.
5 and Jen has 6. So just keep in mind that there is
I
pressure.
feel like Tommy's staring at me right now, so I don't even want to look at him.
All right. All right. So nobody's going to get this, but it'll be fun. What does SAAB stand for in its original form?
In a language we don't speak?
Sporty, airplane, automotive,
No, this is wrong.
bowls.
You are closer than you think.
I'll give you an answer in a second.
I'm gonna go.
Please put that away.
Schunzleimen, Abenheim, Alpha.
Oppenheim
Boom.
is with an O, obviously.
Okay,
You
well,
guys
said,
don't know this? It's
Jen said airplane, and it's
Saab-made
Svenska
airplanes.
Airplan Aktiebolag.
I was way closer. She got one word sort of right. I was way closer with my IKEA gibberish.
I'm not giving anyone that point.
Okay, no one gets that point.
I was about to
Saab
say
did
it if
start
you gave
out
me a
with
second.
airplanes.
Which famous Le Mans winning race car used a rotary engine?
Oh, 787? B?
Yes, sir.
Wow, Case is coming
Good
back.
game.
Wow, we're neck and neck now.
Actually, I mean,
I've
you have
got 2
4.
points.
Tommy
Oh,
has
I do?
5. Yeah.
I thought I had 2 points.
So this is the game point. If you get this right,
Uh-huh.
you and Jen are tied and we'll do a tiebreaker.
Okay.
If you get this right, congratulations, you got 5 points. All right, here we go. What was the top speed in miles per hour of the McLaren F1 in the 1990s?
218?
217.
212.
240, so 218 was
Wow.
close.
Oh!
And that one was worth like 4 or 5 points, you said,
Yeah,
right?
that one was worth all the marbles. All right, so Jen won by 1 point. But guys, Case, you had 5, Tommy, you had 5, and Jan had 6.
Wow, Jan. That's pretty good.
Closest I've ever seen.
Guys, we did it.
I've got one final trivia question for you. Okay?
Okay.
What does Lexus stand for?
What?
Fancy Toyota.
Doesn't stand for anything.
Correct.
I mean, right?
It's the combination of the words luxury and elegance, and it is an acronym for luxury. It's actually, this is true apparently. It's an acronym for luxury exports to the U.S.
Huh.
Luxury
Lexus.
exports to the U.S.
But don't they have? Do they have Lexus
yeah,
in
there are
like,
other places,
Japan?
aren't
That's
they?
wild that they named a whole manufacturer
Luxury exports.
off
flattering
of
to the
exporting
US.
it to us.
Because when
specifically.
it launched, I don't think you could get it in other markets.
Really?
Yes. So you could get Lexus cars, like you'd get the RX in other markets, but it was a Harrier.
Oh,
It had more hair on it.
I see.
It was Harrier.
It was much hairier.
It was much hairier.
Like the jet.
Uh-huh. Much hairier. All right, final segment. What's been grinding our gears lately?
I've got one.
Okay,
a
Jen, you
major
go
one.
first.
And it's something I've been complaining to y'all about. It is impossible for me to keep my car clean because of where I live.
Yeah.
I live in a very dusty.
She ain't got no garage.
I lived in a little dusty canyon town.
You do not live in a
No
A dusty-
garage.
a dusty
oh, it is
Wild
so
West.
beautiful.
Beautiful, like, it's highly coveted,
There
let us
are
say.
literally dust like issues that we have to like call about all the time
Jen,
because there are 500,000 people that travel through my tiny little neighborhood of like 80 houses to go to the park, and it is insanely dusty because it's all dirt roads.
You cannot come on the national podcast with 12 people listening and say, I live in a little dusty town.
It is a little dusty.
It makes it sound like you live in the Dust Bowl.
Well,
and you crank start your Model T every morning.
But it literally is a little dusty town.
What Jen is saying is that to access her house, you have to go down a very long dirt road.
Yes.
That's what...
You live like 6 miles from Boulder. How long is your dirt road?
It's long.
6 miles,
Have you never
I
been
guess.
to Jen's house?
I've never been to Jen's house.
You gotta go to Jen's
Well,
house.
it's all dirt roads in my neighborhood of like 80 houses. So it is a small neighborhood.
So every time she washes
it's
her
all
car...
dirt roads. And it's
all for nothing.
It's a cheetah the next day.
So what's the
It's all
solution to
It's all
this?
in vain.
Apparently, I have to get like a car cover and use a car cover every single day.
Or you can move.
I am
am not moving.
I'll follow you with
It's
a
not
hair
happening.
dryer,
Ooh.
and I'll blow the dirt away from your
Yeah.
car.
Not a leaf blower, a hair dryer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe leaf blowers.
I mean, how much do you think like ceramic coating would help?
Not at all.
I mean, because it's still going to get
Make
dusty.
it easier to clean, I guess.
Have you thought
It's-
about an airplane?
Well,
Those don't get dirty. They're so far away from it.
Did your
Perfect.
neighbors
it's just
care?
so frustrating.
The problem
Yeah,
is,
that's
Jen,
really frustrating.
I appreciate you live on a dirt road. I'm not trying to minimize your stress. But you're not that remote.
No,
it doesn't
she's not
matter
saying
where
that
I'm
she's
not
remote.
saying. No, I'm just saying that my entire neighborhood, every car is covered in dust.
Yeah.
Because there are no. I think there's like 4 garages in the entire neighborhood.
You got to get a
But it's all
dust-colored
dirt
car.
roads.
Yeah, that's a
Well,
good
that is
solution.
the plan.
Yeah.
That is
yeah.
the plan.
What's the car's name?
Tater tot.
Tater Tot.
Tater tot.
Because it looks like tater.
That'll-
I think
that'll be fine.
You should not get the tater tot. And you should get like a 1980s Bronco with huge rust patches in the wheel wells.
That's what I
And
should
it
put my
looks
daughter
good
in.
with dirt.
I'm just thinking.
That's what you're thinking.
I'm thinking that
No airbags.
you need to get a car that looks good and a car, more importantly, a car that people are scared to crash into.
I'm scared to crash into the Discovery.
Well, no.
That thing's robust.
No, but you want
Robust.
a car. I genuinely think there's something to this.
Okay.
You want a car that looks scary enough to the point where someone wouldn't crash into you based on what they assume the character of the person is driving.
Well,
like.
that's true of like any like expensive car.
Yeah, but
No.
if I was behind a expensive car, I'd be like, I definitely don't want to
Yeah,
scratch
exactly.
that car.
Because you're gonna lose that lawsuit.
You guys are not thinking correctly.
Well,
Need like a second gen with a rusty steel bumper.
Case is thinking what I'm thinking. You want a car where you know that person doesn't have insurance, but they probably have insurance of another kind, if you know what I mean.
if
That's the kind of car you want to drive, and then no one will F with you. I think there's something to that.
I don't think anybody's gonna F
I'm
with her
more
anyway.
so worried about just like safety with my daughter on board.
The safest thing is if no one hits you.
Well, Tommy, sometimes
The
there's
most
things called
survivable
accidents.
What about a tree?
Well,
There's things called just like
they
accidents.
don't hit you.
You hit them.
Well, that's your fault then. But genuinely, so I used to have this. Look up, Cole, go to the TFL YouTube channel, look up Rusty Boy. I used to own the 74 F250, okay? It was multiple shades of repainted black. It had rust everywhere. The front end was like a little broken and
Wow.
crooked.
How was the ABS
It
in the winter? Was
Didn't
it great?
need it because it was very heavy. But genuinely, people would drive differently around around you in that truck because they know you don't give an F about the way that thing looks.
It is, I think, next to impossible for me to get rear-ended in my second gen because the closest car behind me is about a quarter mile back or a speck on the horizon.
Yeah, the problem is I would roll up looking like me, right? And people would like, well, okay, that guy's not going to do anything to me.
That's a cool truck.
But like, you wouldn't want to hit that thing, would you?
No,
No, I wouldn't.
Where
Is
do I
is
put
that
the
in
car
Lafayette?
seat? In the front?
Yeah, in this.
Definitely
it's got
in the
a bed.
bed.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, it
Because
is.
there's no airbags.
Just
so.
pop it in the bed.
Tommy, is that in Lafayette right by my house?
It is.
Ah,
Now, I'm not claiming that this is a very unsafe vehicle, but Jen, you have to admit, it's probably safe if no one hits you.
Tommy, I see what you're saying, but just wrong on so many
If
levels.
I am careening down the road in my car with no brakes, okay? There's 2 cars stopped in front of me on the highway.
the car's part
One is in a
biblically.
one
The
is in
Red Sea.
is in a really nice looking 2017 Land Rover Discovery with a good crumple zone, right? And the other is is that thing. I'm aiming for the Discovery.
I'm aiming for neither.
Well-
yeah, I'm aiming for nothing.
What are you gonna hit? You have to hit
Between the
something.
two?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is-
Guardrail.
I feel you.
Go for the guardrail.
I'm with Tommy on this. Old trucks are for the people.
Wow, that was pitiful.
Yeah, he kind of missed my
I agree, it's not
I'm
a
gonna
safe
blame
vehicle,
him.
but I think people are less likely to hit you if you look like you're driving something scary that you
But
don't
I'm
get
not-
Wait. If she drives that, guess what happens?
What?
Same dust problem.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, but you don't care.
You should care.
What? You think you're going to... That truck is
You're not
95
gonna
shades
care.
of gray.
Yeah,
got to
you're not
keep your
gonna-
rust
you're not gonna
intact
care
and
about
looking
that.
Yeah.
sharp.
I think that's a good grind my gears because, like, what do? You just never clean your car.
It's so frustrating because my car looks like it's been sitting outside for a year.
You don't like my solution, though? Baby side, right? It's a terrible car for a baby.
If I didn't have a baby
Wouldn't it be
on
a
the
good
way,
idea to get-
it would be a completely different scenario. I would definitely be getting something like this.
I could see me driving that car.
But I do
couldn't.
have a baby on the way, so I need to have something that's a little more safe than a single cab F-250 with no airbags or ABS.
The problem is, like, Mary would be a public safety hazard in that vehicle.
Why?
Because it doesn't really go or stop or turn.
I don't need to go or stop or turn.
You just look cool at the stoplight.
Yeah.
She just exists in the parking lot.
Drive, that truck's called a highboy. I think you have to smoke while driving that.
Oh.
Cigarettes.
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 I'll pass.
Cigarettes.
Unfiltered.
So what is your solution to Jen's problem?
I don't think every problem needs a solution. I learned that from my girlfriend.
Sometimes you just want to complain about stuff.
What?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta say that sucks.
That
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah,
Totally.
I
okay,
feel ya.
that sucks.
That sucks.
That sucks. We'll give you that.
Sometimes you go into fix it mode and it's like I don't need you to fix it. I just need you to hate it with me.
I just need to complain.
I do understand the dirt road problem. We don't have the same dust that you do.
Yeah.
But we do have a lot of mud. What do you do in the mud seasons?
Well, you have a power washer at your place, don't
Nice.
you?
Is it
I
a
do.
Honda?
Yeah. But you also have a garage.
I do have a garage.
So when
but
you wash it, you
multiple
could bring it
garages.
inside and then it can dry.
the problem
really
is I
nicely.
can't wash the cars in the winter because then it
And they
ends
just
up
freeze
yes,
on
it
them,
just
Yeah,
freezes on
yeah,
them.
that's
Case, what's
true.
your grandma gears?
I-70.
Again,
I think you had
already
this one
did
before.
that one.
Did I?
He just really hates
Well, it was
I-70.
I-70 this past weekend.
Okay, so tell us what happened. So, case with paragliding.
Oh,
By the
yeah.
way, redemption time. Airdrop
Yeah,
Cole your.
seriously.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you airdrop him the old one as well.
Nah.
Yeah, we were a little brutal to Case last
Yeah,
episode.
it turns out my coworkers are really mean.
No, it's just
we were just on one a
you
couple
were
weeks ago.
tiptoeing and it was really funny looking.
I was getting lifted up off the ground
But
by
you landed. You lifted up with your little. Okay. well,
Was it weird, like doing it solo for the first time?
paragliding,
Yeah,
you mean paragliding?
I mean paragliding.
No, it happened very suddenly, actually, which sounds weird. But
It happened suddenly.
yeah, well, my instructor...
Was it intense?
It was intentional. Oh, God.
It's happening
We need
again.
an HR department, is all I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
But
I'm
blaming
sorry. All right,
Mary on this one.
paragliding.
anyway, yeah.
So you went to this is Aspen.
Yeah, this was in Aspen last weekend. I was camping out of my truck because that's the only way to make Aspen not prohibitively expensive. But it was really pretty out there, but coming back on I-70 was terrible.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, that's
and
so
he's
cool.
off like a bird.
How long were you in the air?
That was like a 15, 20-minute long flight.
Wow.
Because you're up pretty high. So.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was fun. It was really pretty to go out there and fly where my dad flew when I was a kid and where I was introduced to the
That's
sport.
really cool.
Do you have a video of the landing?
I have a video of Austin landing. Can't really video yourself landing because you got to land.
Somebody else could video you though.
Yeah, but she was up at launch. Oh, so the first day, May was asleep for my landing. She was napping
Way to go,
in the
May.
truck.
Eh.
And then the second day, she videoed that launch. But to be at launch, you can't be at the,
So do you like
You
it?
can't be in two places at once.
Do you like it more solo or
Apparently.
with a partner?
He is talking about paragliding, mind you, Case.
Anyways, my grind my gears is I-70 because coming back, Loveland Pass was closed.
Yeah.
So there's traffic at the tunnel.
Oh, yeah.
There's traffic
Was
in
it because of the
Georgetown.
avalanche?
The
Or
mudslide,
the
yeah.
thing, yeah.
Oh.
Loveland Pass was
Landslide.
closed.
Yeah.
Rockslide.
So we were there for a while. Georgetown, there was another slowdown there for no reason. People still had skis on the back of their cars. What are you
Isn't
doing?
A Basin still open?
It's June.
I think it's A Basin.
closed on Sunday.
A-Base's last day.
So they were
was-
like getting them
So
in.
dumb, dude. Be done skiing already.
Did
It's
you go,
June.
Cole?
There's. Don't people realize that Colorado isn't just like? I'm pretty sure I've tested this theory that people in other places think Colorado is a snowy mountain year round, and so if you were to come here in the summer, they'd be like, "You're going skiing?" It's like, no, I'm going to Colorado, which is a place that has seasons and you can do things year round.
This sounds like
It's
another
not
grind
just
my gears.
Yeah, so-
yeah, that too.
So what grinds
So
your
Misconceptions
basically,
of
stop
Colorado.
skiing because skiing it's fine. Try mountain biking. Mountain biking is way sicker.
don't you
Right, Cole?
agree that like we are known for this game?
We are. But
Because you
Not
can
for
mount
snow.
skiing is expensive and there's so much traffic going there.
But you can
and
mountain
stuff
bike-
gets skied out so
can mountain
quickly
bike
because
in
there's
Arkansas.
a million people at the resort and there's lift lines.
I agree.
And everyone is vaping and blasting music on their speakers and wearing jeans. And it's like, what is the
And
vibe
wearing
of this place?
jeans. That's the
So
best
strange.
detail.
If you're gonna go ski, do it dangerously in the backcountry where people are chill and there's no lines.
And dead.
And
Yeah,
dead.
did you? When I was up there was someone being hella medevaced out
like
the
hella lifted.
hella lifted off of
Hell,
Lobo
that's not
Pass.
good.
out of there.
No, not hella lifted.
Hella lifted. dude.
Helicoptered out.
Medevac, Joe. That is a really interesting take because my argument with that is you can go mountain biking in anywhere, but you can't go skiing in anywhere.
You
Well,
don't get Colorado's mountains
You know,
anywhere.
it's really difficult to go mountain biking in Illinois, where everything's
Or Kansas.
flat.
Well, yeah. But
Do you
Because
know
there's no mountains.
in some places they have landfills, like
yeah,
they
There's
will
one in
ski
Illinois.
On, yeah, they'll ski on landfills.
Mount Trashmore in Illinois.
Mount Trashmore. Well, I know they turned one. I think it was in Wilmette. It used to be the old dump that they turned into a golf course on top.
Really?
Yeah, it has a great
Luxurious.
view.
Of trash?
But no, of the city. But it's just
How
a
long of
terrible
a
golf
run is
course.
that? It's got to be like.
It's pretty
100
short.
yards.
My dad ski patrolled in a landfill ski resort. Resort is a
It'd be
stretch.
hard to get hurt there, wouldn't it?
Yeah, actually though, he one time got a call that we need ski patrol down at the bar because there was a bar at the basin, and this lady failed to stop and skied into the bar.
Oh dear.
Not
True
like
meaning
skied
of
in,
ski
and, like,
in, ski out.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna
Truly.
crash into anything, it might as well be.
but she hit the corner with her head.
Well, that's not
Yeah,
good.
yeah, it wasn't great. But it was a quick and painless death.
She died?
Yeah, when the brains ended up all over the bar.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my
Which
Jeez.
was unfortunate for the other bar
That's really
patrons.
intense for our very
Holy
Otherwise,
moly.
like-
I have a grind my gears.
What do you
podcast.
got?
Lighten it up, please.
I don't like the fact.
I don't like Case.
I don't like the fact that every streaming service now has like minute long ads.
Oh,
Oh, it's
that's
so
such a
bad.
good
If
one.
I am
So bad.
paying that like a lot of money for
Lot of
each service every month, I am paying for uninterrupted watch time.
because now
But
we're just
apparently
watching
you're not
TV.
paying enough.
It's just cable. Yeah, it's just like worse cable. Because at least in cable you knew it was coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah,
Ugh,
100%.
It makes me so mad. Like Hulu now has like minute and a half long ads.
Same with Peacock.
It's insane.
Oh, hang on.
Unless you want Peacock Premium.
Hang on. We need to take a break for an ad break here.
Oh my God! Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
Yeah, that's so true.
It just makes me
Why
so
am I paying
mad.
$10 for Hulu and then I still have to watch 2 minute
Or you have to pay like $18 without ads.
Okay,
$18?
so
It's
Hulu does
expensive.
offer a no ads
Yeah,
plan.
19
for
bucks.
$19 a month. It's
Yeah.
just
I might as well just pay for cable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it is
Where I
turning-
still get commercials.
It
yeah,
is
but
turning
remember
into
with cable
cable.
you could record and you could skip through the commercials.
Man, remember?
Yeah, some of them you
remember
can't skip through now.
TiVo?
I love
Oh,
TiVo.
the noises
Bloop,
that it
bloop,
made.
bloop,
the-
bloop, bloop.
Yeah, at this point, like,
Yeah.
remember when
that was
Netflix
the
like
best.
was something? Remember
Were
when
you guys?
Hang on, let's all look longingly off into the distance. Mary, go for it.
In the
remember
good
when
days.
Netflix?
Were you guys
was
around for
I was
when?
doing a thing.
Were you guys around when Netflix was like
Shipping
mailing
DVD.
it?
Yeah.
straight up,
No,
I did that.
remember Blockbuster?
Oh,
That used to
yeah.
be a
The best.
dream.
Oh, yeah.
I loved.
Were you guys
Blockbuster.
around for the whole like tape it for me? Like were
Oh,
you
yeah,
actually like
yeah.
tape it on a VCR?
Yeah,
You were not around for that.
I was.
Do you guys ever have laser discs?
My school
no,
did.
I didn't.
I got a laser disc player.
Oh, you're right. Not on an actual
Sick
like
flex.
like a box.
Yeah, she literally means like a tape, right?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I
like
didn't do it on
yeah,
a tape.
yeah. Well, that's where it comes from. Is like you put in a VHS tape and you record your favorite sitcom.
This brings up a great point, though. Mary is referencing, and there's like a whole people way smarter than me. We'll talk about this, but like I can't use the exact word on public radio, CPR. But the crapification of everything.
Yeah.
It's like
Things are getting
Uber
worse.
and Airbnb used to be like these game-changing, amazing services, and now they're worse. It's like the Netflix and the streaming thing, right? They were such.
Although, Netflix is getting a little bit better.
They kind of got real bad for a sec.
They were like, there was nothing to be found on Netflix for a while.
But you know what's great these days? Kitchen appliances.
My grind my gears has nothing to do with kitchen appliances in your
surprising.
kitchen. But I have a beef to grind. I have a rock to stone to mesh.
Well, that's close.
I have a stone
beef?
to pick. A beef to pick.
No, I got beef.
An axe to
A
grind?
grind to pull.
Nose to grind beef.
Is it an axe to grind?
I have a problem with people that claim they never like McDonald's.
Ooh, this is pointed. This is
This
pointed.
is very pointed.
We need to talk about this. Sit your booty back down in that. They butt your chair back in that
I
chair.
liked McDonald's when I was a wee lad.
Why do you hate, other than one time
Because
they
I
made
like
you sick?
food.
Yeah, but Case, McDonald's is it's comfort food.
Potatoes
It's
are
food
potatoes.
adjacent.
It's not.
Is what it
it's
is.
literally sustenance.
It's
Well, that is debatable.
That's very debatable.
But it's-
what is in a McNugget?
Doesn't matter. It tastes good.
Not chicken.
Yeah. Well,
It's like
Can
a
we
chicken
look up
goop.
how much chicken is in a McNugget? Do they have
Case,
like percentages?
What's in beer? Not water. Only.
There's water in me.
You don't drink beer to hydrate, Tommy.
Also, if someone sold you a beer labeled as water, that would be illegal.
100%
Grade A
USDA,
That makes up
grade A
45% of the total nugget.
Yeah, but the rest is batter, seasoning, and oil. So we're good with that.
So we're fine.
It's cardboard.
Case, we had this long discussion, Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Case doesn't like McDonald's. He doesn't like the Olive Garden.
No.
He doesn't like any of these like big chain restaurants. Chili's. You
But
like
he
Chili's?
likes
I like
Waffle
Waffle
House.
House.
Oh,
straight
God.
up, Waffle
I've never
House
been
is
to a
so
Waffle
good.
House.
It's great.
It's okay. It's a
We
great
almost went
place.
to Georgia.
Oh, you should have.
Georgia.
If you want to get jumped, it's a great place to get jumped. The problem with Case is the reason that people like Olive Garden and the reason that people like McDonald's is because they're just tasty food.
No. The reason that people like McDonald's and Olive Garden is because they're efficient, quick, and cheap.
And tasty. They wouldn't go there if they were just
It
efficient, quick,
kind
and
of tastes
tasty.
like the machine that it came out of.
Is it? Cole just said that Olive Garden is expensive.
It is expensive. Because
It
it's
is?
expensive.
Yeah, McDonald's is
Yeah.
expensive these days.
How much is
But you
Olive
know
Garden
what?
these
But you
days?
know what?
Dude,
We're talking
Waffle
endless
House?
breadsticks.
Yeah, and
That's
it's
true.
a premium experience.
Endless
Waffle House is still
breadsticks.
cheap.
Yeah, because it's bad.
McDonald's has gotten far too expensive.
No, but Mary, if it was just cheap, quick, and easy, it wouldn't be popular. It also has to taste good. And McDonald's does taste good.
That's true. It's because it's just oil.
Yeah, and oil tastes good.
Yeah.
That's right. And butter
Butter.
tastes good.
I think
Butter
it's
and
oil from
Okay,
the machines
so
that are being
Case,
used
I have
to
a legit
press it
question
into
for
the
you.
shapes.
So you don't like the taste. Okay, I'm looking at an Olive Garden menu. Holy moly, that is expensive.
God, look how good that looks so.
A shrimp Alfredo is $23.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
The tour of Italy, Tommy.
20
That's what I was talking about
Oh, look
earlier.
at the tour of Italy.
That is my jam.
I'm
24
with
bucks
Case. I
for
don't think
the
Olive Garden
yeah.
is
24
good.
bucks for a tour
None
of
of that
Italy.
looks good. Not even their pictures look good. God forbid you see the real thing
Look at
in
that
front of
chicken
you.
but-
parmesan.
okay.
Yeah, that looks so
It
good.
I
looks
kind
so
of agree
good.
with you about Olive Garden that I don't think it doesn't taste very good to me. Like the pasta's really grainy and like the sauce feels really inauthentic.
Like sopping with oil.
But
Because it's good.
hold on. But McDonald's tastes good. Like
It
it,
tastes
like
good.
it's like salty and it's like it tastes good.
It's not healthy for you.
It's not
no
good
one
for
is
you.
saying
No.
it's healthy or good for
No,
you.
no. But
Nobody
you
is saying
can't
that.
really deny that like it tastes good. Like McDonald's fries are pretty high on the list of like good
Correct.
fries out
sure,
there.
yeah, like
Correct.
a McDonald's fry. I won't make like a face at.
You won't
eating
deny a fry.
Eating a McDonald's fry. I mean, I'll still probably turn it down.
What?
If you offer me one.
A McDonald's French fry?
If you
He's
put
on his
McDonald's
high horse,
fries in
that's
front
why.
of me,
He's elitist.
Yeah, he's elitist.
because I like Waffle House,
He's a Range Rover
that's
guy.
an elitist thing.
That's your only selection of chain restaurants. That's not you being not elitist. That's you trying to fit in and failing.
I like Chick-fil-A and Waffle House. I'll tell you what, I will, on occasion, I'll do Taco Bell. I'll certainly do it over McDonald's.
Oh, terrible take.
So you're gonna go with the grade F beef at Taco Bell over McDonald's?
Yeah, there's no beef in Taco Bell. So you can't
Yeah,
say that's
no.
a good example of you can eat that, but not
And
McDonald's.
I'm not frequenting Taco Bell either. It's probably been about 3 years since I've gone.
It's important to note that Case got very sick after eating McDonald's one time
6 years ago.
6 years ago.
And you got really sick after eating
Panda Express.
And you went back.
Yeah, but
I'm
only
proud
'cause-
of you.
Only because Andre was like, "Want to go to Panda?" And I wasn't gonna be like, "No."
Was it good?
It was fine.
It was fine.
I bet it was.
I didn't throw up. That was the most
So Tommy's
important
argument is
detail.
basically, oh, you had heroin a couple years ago and it did some bad things. Well, just try it again.
Did you
Come
get
on, be
addicted to
open-minded.
McDonald's 6 years ago?
No, but we're talking about an unhealthy thing. Why would you want me to go back to McDonald's?
Because it's just objectively, sometimes it's very good. McDonald's does things, and there's moments, Jen knows this feeling, where you just need McDonald's.
I'm not even calling the shots. My fetus is.
Are you even allowed to say something is objectively good if it's food? I feel like there's no food that's just objectively good.
McDonald's French fries are as close as it gets, though.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But some people don't like them.
I've never met anyone except for this weirdo.
No, he said you like the taste
He
of
might
them.
turn
yeah,
them
it
down,
tastes fine.
though, if I
Yeah.
offered them to him.
Yeah, but that's because
Yeah.
Case is like elitist and he likes like taking care of himself, like
Yeah,
that kind of
He wants to
loser
live a long
behavior.
time. God. But do you like, Texas Roadhouse,
Yeah, I do like Texas Roadhouse.
Outback Steakhouse,
I don't know if I've ever been to an Outback Steakhouse.
Good Times,
I do like Good Times, yeah.
Love Good
Good Times is good.
Freddy's,
Freddy's tastes good, but it's a lot.
Culver's,
Culver's is
I
not
don't
my
think
go-to.
Culver's
yeah.
is good.
Wendy's, and Burger King.
I love Wendy's.
Pass.
Jen and I almost got killed at a Wendy's.
We sure did. Well, on our way to.
So you've really been to a Waffle House. You had bad food and you almost got killed.
Yeah, we were walking to the Wendy's and we almost got clipped. Like this car was turning and they almost like took both our legs out.
Silverthorne when we were driving that atrocious Hummer EV.
Okay, last thing we'll do here.
Tommy is elitist talking bad about the people at Waffle House. Those are good people. Though.
Those are not
I don't
good
think he's
people.
talking about the
My
employees.
people.
I'm not talking about the employee. I'm talking about every customer at Waffle
That's who
House,
I'm talking
including
about.
Case.
including Case.
Those are good people.
I'm convinced Case.
Those are my people.
Waffle House is only open from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. Okay? It's the only time you're allowed to go to Waffle House is 2 a.m. to 4 a.m.
It's the only time you should go to Waffle House.
Yes. And the only reason you're going to Waffle House is to get, because you are sober, that's right, or aroused.
What?
Who is going there
What?
to get aroused?
The people that pick up the strippers at the Waffle House.
Uh,
I'm not saying they're good, but they are
The
there.
strippers?
How many
What?
Waffle Houses have you been to?
Yeah.
One.
There were
Yeah.
strippers
There were.
Were they stripping?
No, I'm sorry, not strippers. Sex workers.
Okay.
Something different.
You don't have to buy everything you come across when you're in a Waffle House. You could just
Tommy
say,
walks in, he's like, well, I guess this is the first, but let's do it.
"Oh, dang it!"
You could just get the waffles. and then
You could just eat and leave.
I'm just saying,
Next time, Tommy, just eat the food.
You don't have to partake in all parts of the culture.
I'm not eating strippers for the record,
Nobody was suggesting that.
or sex workers or whatever. The problem here is,
HR.
at the McDonald's, it's a family-friendly, happy environment. You can go there any time of the day or night. You're gonna get consistent, decent food.
I will say, I'm going to interject. It used to be a family-friendly, happy environment.
What has happened to you recently at the
Now,
McDonald's?
every McDonald's, if you look at it, it's not like the fun red roof with the French fry tops. Everything is like just depressed millennial gray.
Dystopian.
Everything, all the McDonald's are just bad. I don't hear kids playing in the play area anymore.
They're sad now.
because they all died of
'Cause Case
weird
hasn't
diseases.
Maybe, but it's not
fault.
it's not the happy place it used to be when
Yeah.
we were kids.
Tommy's
And you know why that is? Because people like Case think they're too good for McDonald's. They're like, oh, I'm older than 8. My taste buds are sophisticated now. And they stop going. And then the whimsy leaves. You are the reason that Disney would go downhill.
I'm
You
what's
are gonna
wrong
be-
with Disney.
You're the fall of McDonald's. You're the fall of Pixar.
Oh boy.
You and your 8-year-old taste buds.
Case-
I'm happy for you in McDonald's. Waffle House, though, superior
The
institution.
reason people like
Institution is a
It is
wild
an
word.
institution. So much of an institution that let's talk about the State Department.
they had to investigate Waffle House for sex workers
you know what
soliciting
I'm
people
talking
outside.
And also Thomas Micah.
There's a thing that Cole's pulling up. It's called the Waffle House Index. So if there's a natural disaster somewhere, one of the criteria with which they'll use to figure out how serious it is if Waffle House is closed. Because if Waffle House is closed,
It's bad.
it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what does that speak to? It's like resolve.
To how bad the food
It's
is.
an
That they can make it under a hurricane.
Or-
they can
or-
make Waffle House in a hurricane.
It
No.
speaks to the spirit
Yeah,
of the
I actually
restaurant.
do think
you know?
that's true.
The spirit.
the spirit.
It
It's
speaks to the
incredible.
greedy overlords that won't close when there's a flood, and it speaks to how bad the food is that they can make it in a natural disaster.
People would die of
McDonald's
hunger.
are like, you know what? Oh, earthquake! Oh, we better stop making our hamburgers.
Soft.
We don't want them to be inconsistent.
Charmin Ultra Soft is what that is.
Well, that's a take.
So you've never been to Waffle House?
I've never been to Waffle
You've been to
House.
Waffle House?
Yes.
I think the reason that Case likes Waffle House is because he's Southern.
Southern.
Yeah.
You
for
say
sure.
I love the way you said that kind of
Southern.
under your breath, as if it was like
It's bad.
we don't want to bring it up, but
He's a little southern.
he's from
Well, you
Atlanta.
do try to
so-
hide it a lot, you know.
Yeah,
Oh,
you do.
sure. Yeah, I definitely.
Oh,
do.
sure. What?
Look at all those Southern.
Okay,
Waffle
here's
House.
what
Oh,
we need
yeah.
to do. I think we need to have a road trip where we go to both a Waffle House one day and a McDonald's the second.
It's pretty speaking that you don't even need to take a road trip to go to McDonald's. They're in every town because they're good
They're quick, easy, and cost efficient.
and yummy. You forget the yummy.
Yeah,
They're in
I know,
every
but that's
town.
not why they're so popular. Have you watched The Founder?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That is
Yeah.
all about being cost efficient and also
It is.
consistency. He's talking about every single store has to operate the exact same way.
has
That's
to
why they're
be
so
the
popular,
same.
Tommy. It's not because it's the best jaw-dropping, mouth-watering food that you've ever had in your life.
No.
It's because they followed a formula and they stuck to it.
Otherwise, people would just go to steakhouses all
right.
the time.
But nobody would have gone in the first place if it wasn't yummy. People weren't
Well,
going.
that's like an obvious.
Yeah. So it has to at least taste a little good.
Of course.
Dude, a 4-piece chicken nugget is $3.19. That's affordable.
Mm-hmm.
Apple slices are only not even $2.
But it's like, I'm going to go get some apple slices.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we've determined today.
You've determined nothing.
I think McDonald's, people that don't like McDonald's are just lying to themselves.
Correct.
It's possible.
And plus,
Elitist.
it's also pretty cool that McDonald's does better in a down economy.
McDonald's
because
will
it's so
always be
cheap.
there
Yes.
waiting.
And I kind of like that.
They always got your back.
It's not.
Case claims, Case, do you know about this
Your
case?
elitist, expensive Boulder McDonald's versus my affordable and cultured Waffle House.
Pretty sure we
There's
just
no
established that
comparison.
McDonald's is a little bit cheaper.
Than
Case-
Waffle House? No way. You can get so much food at Waffle House.
Okay.
For next to nothing.
Case
At
wears,
any time of
Case
day.
wears American flag socks every day. Do you know this about
Every
him?
single
Not
day.
every day?
Every day.
Every day.
Every day?
Yeah, it is every
single
day.
He only has
Oh,
2
case.
pairs, so it's a little gross. but-
Yikes.
I have like several pairs.
And he drives a second-gen truck, and he loves this country, and yet he won't admit he likes McDonald's.
Yeah, there's
the
nothing more
most-
American than McDonald's. Although there are McDonald's in like every country in Europe at least.
That's right.
Pretty
Damn
much
straight.
everywhere, yeah.
All right, so the word of the day, if you've made it this far in the podcast, the word is...
Waffle.
Waffle.
Waffle. Yeah, because you want the waffle too.
When
The waffle
Win.
is.
So comment waffle
Top.
if you've made it this far in the podcast, and we will know that you are a megally patient.
one of
Yeah.
our
Also-
12 viewers.
Last thing,
What?
a Waffle House hash brown versus a McDonald's hash brown?
McDonald's.
No
McDonald's.
contest.
McDonald's.
McDonald's all
Can
day.
you
Are
Can
you
you
kidding?
hold your
yeah?
Waffle
Can you
House?
hold a Waffle House hash brown?
Can you eat
I
it
mean,
on the
it's
go?
literally possible
No.
because they
No
give
one's
it.
doing
They give
that.
it to you in a
Case is like
container.
walking
No
through
one is
security,
doing
like
that.
just with like a bundle of
You
can
gonna
get
look
cheese.
I don't know,
You can
guys.
get-
Those look pretty good.
You can get
They,
cheese and
trust
all
me,
kind-
Mary,
oh.
they do not look like that when they come on the
Yeah,
plate.
they do. That's exactly what they look like. You can get all kinds of toppings and things on there. One thing that you
Jen.
can't do.
McDonald's.
I do think,
Ugh.
I do think that Jen's right. I think we need to go and try them out.
I think we just need to have a day.
Look at that.
Looks
We
like
have to have
someone
a
melted
day.
a slice of American cheese on
Yeah,
top
That
of
person
did.
bent.
Yeah,
burnt the cheese.
no, I will
Cole.
say that does not.
Come on, there you go. Oh, look at that.
Case, it looks
Some
like
gravy
what comes
on
out
there?
of you after you eat it.
We have gone well
Case,
beyond the
that
rails.
doesn't look good.
It's got gravy on it. Haven't you had a Southern breakfast?
I know what it is. I'm saying it doesn't look good.
Savannah.
Savannah.
All right, we'll see you guys next time. Stay tuned for a couple weeks where we have another episode of Carish, and we'll have this argument again.
Yeah,
Perfect.
hopefully in between
Every
then
episode.
then and now we'll have tried both.
Yes.
Yes, and we'll come back with a consensus.
Yeah. Bye.